What up, it's Ty 1822 back with another WWE Smackdown review. I said it before and I'm going to say it again. If this continue to be WWE TV for WrestleMania, we are about to witness one of the weakest builds ever for a WrestleMania. And after Road Dogg built creative, someone was saying, will it improve WWE creative overall? Hell no. You know why? Because Triple H at the helm. This show right here was a two-pack of ass just like last week. And Triple H, as the head booker, is currently the worst booker in professional wrestling. Now, let's talk about SmackDown. So we kicked things off with Drew McIntyre, who lost the WWE Championship belt last week against Cody Rhodes. Because Jacob Fatu is the one that got involved. And all this came out, Drew McIntyre throwing a fit. Fatu said he had to write a mistake because he is the reason why Drew did win the belt back. So we have a story right here between both guys. Then Drew McIntyre said, I quit. And it hit me. You know what? The last time Drew McIntyre said, I quit, when he feuded against CM Punk. So Triple H said, let's reheat these nachos because he don't have any fresh ideas. Drew McIntyre does not deserve this character damage that Triple H been putting on for the last couple years in the W. This man was doing some of the best work of his career when he was feuding with Damian Priest and CM Punk. But once we got to the programs with Cody Rhodes, Triple H has done a terrible job with Drew McIntyre. Now, Drew versus Fatu, yes, that is definitely a WrestleMania match. I think. MFT versus the Wyatt Six. Why is this program still going on? No one cares. The match sucked. Wyatt Six wins the match. Uncle Howdy gets the Lancer. But once again, MFT ends up with the Lancer. And can someone tell me this? Why is the WWE Tag Team Championship belts are taking a back seat to the Lancer? Triple H, you have a tag team division. Use it. Why is these belts are playing second fiddle to the Lancer? Come on, you got to do better. Jade Cargill versus Micha. Now, I get why they did this match, but you should do it at another time. The last time these two had a match, Jade dominated. So Micha got a lot of the offense in this match, but Jade still came out on top. You can do this another time. We are building up between Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill. Jade needs to look dominant in every single match she will have on SmackDown until we get to WrestleMania. Now, a lot of people were looking forward to Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill, especially with those interactions on Twitter. And a lot of us thought, oh man, they might do these work shoot type programs for the next couple weeks on SmackDown to build up this championship match. But no, it was nothing once again. Rhea told her, I'm going to make you my bitch. We heard it a million times in W. That was nothing new. Please let these ladies do a lot more trades. All I am asking. So, Sami Zayn once again has a backstage segment with Cody Rhodes. But one thing I will say, I am getting intrigued with Sami Zayn. At least it's all about something in the character department. I had no idea he going to be a heel, a tweener, or just remain a annoying babyface. And right now, the crowds are still booing Sami Zayn. I never thought it would come to this situation, but I hope it leads to something for Sami Zayn at the end of the day. And then we get interaction between him and Aleister Black with Selena Vega. And I've been said this, Selena Vega and Aleister Black are the current version of Karrion Kross and Scarlett Bordeaux. And when I watched this interaction, it made me say, oh my God. This is the same thing they did with Karrion Kross and Scarlett Bordeaux. And now you're doing it with Aleister Black and Selena Vega. Once again, Triple H is reheating old nachos. Where is the creativity at Triple H? Is this going to be the program for Sami Zayn? heading into WrestleMania? Because I hope not. And I'm a fan out of Black. But come on, man. A 2.0 version of that? Oh, man. This is why Triple H been so bad as head creative in WWE. Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss versus the new women tag team champions, Nia Jax and Lance Legend with the Bella Twins ringside. But this was just designed just to end in those qualifications because Nia Jax attacked one of the Bella Twins. They get involved in the match, no qualification. And next week it will be the Bella Twins versus Nia Jax and Lance Legend. But we all know this is going to lead to a 3-way for the women tag team championship belts. Do I care? No, I don't. Because I just never been a fan of the women tag team division, just like the other two mid-card belts in the women's division. So we have R-Truth teams with Damian Priest versus Largoza, who is an irrelevant tag team. R-Truth, Priest get the win. I said it before. I like the dynamic between these two because I did enjoy the interaction between Priest and R-Truth. R-Truth thought he's a member of the Judgment Day, so they do not give a damn about the tag team division. So put the tag belts on Damian Priest and R-Truth. It should be fun TV. So, we had a backstage segment with Danhausen. Danhausen is definitely getting over it. He put the curse on the Miz. He had this segment with Jelly Roll, and the microphone was messed up. I actually think they should make that part of Danhausen character when we interact with someone, and when they do a promo, the microphone should be messed up. Think about that right there. But the whole Miz TV segment with Jelly Roll and Kit Wilson was god-awful. Most likely, Jelly Roll will have a WrestleMania match. Not complaining at all. Do this every single year. It might be Jelly Roll versus Miz or Jelly Roll versus Kit Wilson, because Kit Wilson will call out Jelly Roll next week on Smackdown for some goddamn reason. Tiffany Stratton versus Kiana James. Tiffany Stratton definitely going to take on Julia for the Women's U.S. Championship belt. The match was nothing. Julia's ringside, also Chelsea Green got involved. I'm not sure what all that's going to lead to. Tiffany Stratton get the win. Tiffany is going to beat Julia for the championship belt at WrestleMania because the only time that belt will be on the PLE with Tiffany Stratton. Julia, so far, been a huge disappointment on the main roster on SmackDown. And clearly, they are a lot more higher on Kiana James, and I do not blame her one bit. To me, she just do not fit the W structure. So someday, I'd love to see her be all elite, and I believe that's where they can play to her strengths. So earlier in the show, it was an interaction between Trick Williams and Jacob Fatu, and I never once thought about a Jacob Fatu Trick Williams match, but actually, this was a solid match between these two, and by no surprise, Drew McIntyre came out and cost Fatu the match. This is Trick Williams' biggest win so far in the WWE since coming to the main roster. Now, I'm not really sure what are they going to do with Trick at WrestleMania, because they did have another segment with Sami Zayn once again. But the way things look for Sami Zayn, I don't think him and Trick will have a match. I would have been off of Trick and Sami Zayn because Trick made a debut during a Sami Zayn segment. So we will see what's going to happen for Trick Williams. So, the contract signing, Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, W Championship match at WrestleMania. So, Cody Rhodes just talking about all the stuff between him and Randy Orton. First match against Orton, this and that. He said, I want the old Randy Orton back. And Orton started to question himself. Well, they rushed it too much for my liking because I felt like Orton was going to say a lot more, but then Cody cut him off. And Cody got rambling, and then they end up shaking hands. Then Randy Orton attacked Cody Rhodes. Yes, Randy Orton is back to being a heel in the crowd in Phoenix. Boo, and also they cheered for it. It was a good way to close out the show. He made him a bloody pulp, hit him with the chair to close the show. Now the real Randy Orton is back. He heard the voice in his head. It's been a while since Orton been a heel. Once he won a chamber, a lot of people say, hey, it's going to be babyface versus babyface. Now, at the end of the day, if he was a face, the crowd of Vegas still is going to cheer Orton. Even as a heel, the crowd still going to cheer Randy Orton. I see why they did this. They go, okay, the crowd going to be 100% behind Cody, and they're going to be booing Orton. Hell no, that ain't happening, Triple H, because the W done a piss poor job with their world champion babyface headed to WrestleMania. Every single time they have a WrestleMania match, when they're belt on the line, the crowds in WrestleMania always root for the Hills. So, this show, just like last week, I did not expect it to be the same level as. I thought it would be a little bit better. No. Ass. Can next week be better? And I forgot to mention, Drew McIntyre versus Fatu will be a match on SmackDown. Why? Just more BS from Triple H. And why the hell did it take to hour 3 for me to enjoy some stuff? Which was Trick and Fatu and the closing segment between Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. Tell you everything about this show, SmackDown, and the build for WrestleMania. So if you watch SmackDown like me, give me my thoughts on the show. Negative, positive, I inspire everybody per usual. Hit that like button on this video. As always, don't forget, hit the subscribe button. I'm out. Peace.